Fight man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
All right, man, let's talk about this Vergil Ortiz Tszyu matchup. Vergil Ortiz defeated Thomas Delorme. I did a review on that on Sunday. Yeah, he defeated in one round his last opponent, some African dude. He defeated him in one round. And I mean, we just don't know enough. You know, didn't make the 154-pound limit for either fight. I forgot my watch. I don't even care. Didn't make the 154-pound limit for either fight. They can say we contractually agreed to this and we contractually agreed to that. He didn't make the weight. So we don't even know if he gonna make the weight. Now it's like Golden Boy fighters refuse to make the weight. I remember Canelo, he was with Golden Boy and they would change the weight right before the weigh-in and shit. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing new. You know, Vergil Ortiz not making 154. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia not making 54. But these same Mexicans will point out, well, Shakur Stevenson wasn't you know, professional in doing this. And this guy, man, look here. Anything the black fighter do is not, you know, wrong. Also, it's frowned upon. But when Mexicans miss the weight and can't make the weight, and there's certain fighters on that coincidental list that do whole shit in boxing, it's a pass. Canelo got popped for peds. Everybody like it didn't happen. Well, you know, it was from the computer all the meat. That nigga been eating all that Mexican meat all this long. He been eating the Mexican meat and he ain't never popped hot. All of a sudden he pop hot. In that first Triple G fight, he came in looking like a fucking bodybuilder. Come on, let's just let's just put it out on the floor. Hey, look, you run the back of me in your Explorer. I know you got insurance. They drive so dumb out here, man. Like I said before, suburban drivers are the worst drivers here. The worst drivers in America is in Dearborn, Michigan. Bar none. They can't drive. But like I said before, like we mean, come on, they get a pass for everything, and then they want to gang up on what certain fighters do something. Oh, he'll be cheap, you know. Like I said, we don't even know if this man can make the weight for the WBA title sanction fight that him and Tszyu fighting in. But if I think he can make the weight, then, you know, I think he got some advantages. Now, he came out in Southpaw. Now, the answer to them, you know, the people saying he had leaky defense and to shore up his defense, that was a deer just ran across. That's the first deer I've seen over here. The answer to his leaky defense is them coming out in this high shell guard. Real high, Rinky Wright type of shell. And that's the answer to what they gonna do. He's gonna master punching out that shell. I wouldn't even call it a peekaboo. Like, I wouldn't even really call Winky Wright's defense a peekaboo defense. I would call it kind of like a high shell. That's what I would call it, a high shell defense. You know, he not give you that head moving out the peekaboo that Mike give you. Neither did Winky. So he's a very explosive puncher. He's a good athlete in Vergil Ortiz, and I think he's more athletic than Tszyu, you know. But, you know, a guy who can really beat that defense, he got a lot of power. Good left hook to the body. That should be his calling card. But I think for a guy like him, I think the best thing for him to do is, if you're going to beat him, if you Tszyu, and this is really not Tszyu game, but angles and angles and punch variety. Going around the guard. I'm going to get out and whoop this person's ass that's behind me. And then I ain't going to be, oh, you was wrong for whooping his ass. No, I wasn't. Driving like an idiot. They drive like idiots out here. And then when you do the scoop and squat, that's what people that do insurance fraud, when you ride so close to somebody, they just hit the brakes fast, so you hit them in the back. So anytime you hit a car in the back, at least in the state of Michigan, it's your fault. So that's how they pull out. That's how they pull a lot of insurance frauds. So that's why you always leave a car lane between you and the next car. You know, especially you live in a major city where them niggas is super duper greasy. Because you got some people that just ride the back of a motherfucker. I just want to stop on my brakes and whoop this motherfucker's ass. That's what I really want to do. Because it's like, if you got somewhere to go, you should have got out earlier. And it's raining. It's like in Michigan, when it's raining, what they do is they drive the dumbest. They drive fast. When it's sunny, they drive stupid. When they drive right. Do that ignorant ass driving when it's sunny as hell. That's what I say. Do that ignorant ass driving. And that's why I'm doing below the speed limit on this motherfucker. So wherever you got to go, I don't give a fuck. And I'm gonna miss this light on. If I can miss this light and make this nigga wait, I'm gonna make him wait. I'm gonna be that type of ass. I ain't even in a bad mood this morning. I'm pretty much in a good fucking mood. But anytime I drive out here where I live right now, they put you in a bad mood because they can't drive. They put you in a bad mood. A bunch of old farts. You got a bunch of... The Asians can't drive neither out here. It's a bunch of Asians and Mexicans. Mexicans cool. They can whip. But the old white people, the Asians, and the dude and the man with the Prius, irritating. But let me get back on topic, right? So I think if I'm Tszyu, he can't really fight like that. He's a one punch at a time type of fighter. Tim ain't putting 2, 3, 4, 5 punches together. But to really, really whoop Vergil Ortiz ass for real in that defense, you want to bring the sauce. You want to bring the sauce. You want to bring angles, footwork. Guarantee it's a white motherfucker. Guarantee. Told you. It's a Brad. It's a Brad. But you want to use angles. You want to use footwork and punch variety. When you come off those angles, when they in that high guard, uppercut, hook around the guard, body work. That's what I do. I do when they got a rhabdomyosis problems making weight. I'm going to the body, you know. But you know, really, I think Vergil Ortiz got a lot of physical gifted talent. Smart enough to go to the body. Seemed like he really know himself. Especially with the Robert Garcia back in the corner. You know, yeah, but you know, but me personally, dude, he just ain't. You know, he's fought a really good tough but you know, 2 rounds in so many years, man. It's just, you know, maybe they figure, oh, Tim just lost. Ain't nobody really even look at Tszyu loss as a loss. Let's keep it funky. Ain't nobody really look at Tszyu loss as a loss. Nobody really look at that fight while he lost. I don't think nobody really look at it like that. You know? So, I really don't think nobody said, oh, Tszyu lost and it's alright. I don't think nobody look at the loss like that. So, you know, in my opinion, I think they probably think it's the perfect time to, you know, he coming off an L. You know, he coming off an L. We can beat him. Oh, shit, it's a spot over there. Go back around. We can beat him or whatever situation may be. But my opinion is this. Only 2 rounds. Bunch of soft opponents last couple rounds, man. I in my opinion, I like Vergil Ortiz's ability to punch. But he fight one of the most, if not one of the most active fighters in the sport. So he fight one of the most active fighters in the sport, if not the most active fighter in the sport. So when we get to talking about activity, and then one of the inactive guys in the sport, and you know, even though he be turning around with 2 camps in a row, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I would say, just in my humble opinion, I would say I would say I would favor Tszyu to win this fight, especially if he healed up. Make sure. Yeah, I'm Gucci. Especially if he healed up. But if the activity and everything was even, I probably would favor Vergil Ortiz slightly. But the activity ain't even. He ain't got the activity. He ain't been getting the rounds. You know, so I'm a favor Tszyu off this one, especially if the eye is healed. The face is healed. So I'm a favor Tszyu just because of the activity level. But I think the physical talent is Vergil Ortiz. IQ, Tszyu just had too much repetition, too many reps. But that defense that Vergil run, it'll work versus Tszyu. Tim take 1-2 punches at a time. A guy like Crawford that's gonna show you angles, throw punch varieties, throw combination punches. That defense ain't gonna work. He gonna get stopped fighting like that versus a guy like Terrence Crawford until he mastered. Maybe they should bring Winky right in and continue to like really master that shell. But you can outwork guys like that. But I think it might be fight of the year. Got written all over it, depending on where the cut is for Tszyu and where Vergil Ortiz's physical body is at and his conditioning is at. So, but just overall physical gifted talent, Vergil Ortiz. As far as just experience and repetition, I would probably go with Tszyu. But I'm a favor Tszyu in this fight because I just ain't seen enough of Vergil in the last couple of years. So I don't think it's enough repetition. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree, check out the Patreon. I'm gonna be doing this Usyk and Fury breakdown, film breakdown on there. Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, X, Amazon Music, Google, Apple Podcasts, the whole 9 piece.